Wow, it seems like I haven't seen you guys in a while.
Wow, it's been a minute.
Last month.
Pop up and Sam immediately starts drinking, so no complex here, trust me. And Tyler.
Man, Tyler's cup's
Salute.
So good in the belly.
Oh, and Joe's is bigger than Tyler's.
Wow.
Man.
Damn right. Look who I'm dealing with. No, I'm kidding.
Good.
Anyway. Do what now?
No, I was just saying hi to Sean.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Damn, I didn't even get that far yet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Romero Pictures Heavy Metal Indie Brigade presents the Wagner Wiles with Tyler Shea Cone as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And yes, thank you for noticing. This is a new Indie Brigade distressed hat. Anybody interested in those, go over to romeropictures.com/merch. Shameless plug. You know how that goes. Also, for you guys joining us for the first time, go down below and see our links. Go to YouTube, go to Twitch, go to all of them. Mainly YouTube and Facebook. Hit the like button, subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Guys, I am going to drop down. Have a great night. If you need anything, just give me a holler.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Tyler?
Oh, I was thinking of something when Joe was making that introduction and about, subscribe to YouTube. I wonder if we can make a challenge. If we could get to 1,000 likes, what color could we get Lance to change his beard to besides red?
Blue.
It's got to be 1,000.
Cobalt blue.
Lavender.
We could do a stripe blue and a half lavender, half blue.
How about pineapple colored? Can we do pineapple colored?
Yeah,
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle blue. I want my beard in periwinkle blue.
Periwinkle is purple.
So how's my Texas family doing?
How's
cold? We're freezing our butts off.
Family, how are you guys doing?
Oh my gosh, I think we're in Colorado right now.
We're
in the middle of Armageddon freeze time.
Yeah, it's like Snowmageddon over here now.
It was 3 degrees today here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, y'all are used to it. We're not.
Yeah,
it sucks for Texans.
They're actually all telling you, hey, don't turn your heat above 68 or you're going to blow the circuit. None of us are going to have power because it'll blow the power grid.
Yeah, and in Texas, I remember any time that it ever froze, everybody just stayed home because nobody has all-wheel drive, nobody has snow tires.
We can't drive on that stuff.
The bridges freeze up. You can't get out there. Out here, I mean, we can get 3 feet of snow and people are still driving through it. So.
Yeah, I think so far everything's shut down for tomorrow. Except for Lance going to work.
My nemesis is here. Yeah, I still have to go to work tomorrow. Yay.
And he works outside.
Yeah. Yay me.
Brian, I just want to point out, Brian Clegg said that you should shave that shit. Would you?
Yeah, that's why I shot the finger at a second ago.
I don't want him without any beard. He has chinless.
I have no chin.
So we want a beard.
Okay.
It accentuates, gives me something.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
What's up, Jay? Jason Wallace. Yeah, it is the day after tomorrow.
It's the day after tomorrow.
That's a great turnout. Look at all these people. Awesome.
Yeah, this is great. Hi, everybody.
Get Drew up.
Did everybody have a good Valentine's Day?
Well, Lance is still alive.
So his Valentine's Day is better than expected.
I get to stay alive.
It is better than expected, yes.
Yeah.
Help me.
My Valentine in Germany, by the way, told me to say hi to you.
Oh, hi, Yaz.
And what a sweet picture for Valentine's Day. That'd make anyone's day.
Selfie?
Oh, yeah.
Do you see his guns?
His guns.
He stretched a while ago and he's like all buffed out and stuff.
Whose guns?
Yours.
Did you get all beefed up?
You stretched a while ago and you had like Hulk Hogan arms.
See? Not really. I'll do it like that. There we go.
I'm so scared.
Is that a new tattoo, Tyler?
Hey,
no, Lariah finished it.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So she finished all this backside here, and then I don't know what else I'm going to do with it, but she just moved to Indiana, so.
Ooh, that's a little bit of a ride.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a ride. She and Josh drove out there today. You guys remember having her on the show, yeah?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So she and Josh just went out there today. I forgot what I was doing.
Good. Okay.
All right. So what are we doing?
Well, tonight we're going to talk to our good friend Drew.
Drew Marvick is like just doing everything. He's in so many projects. We have two, not one but two surprise guests tonight. I'm so excited about.
Yes.
Sam's the brainchild behind that too. I got to give her complete credit because we didn't get a chance to do a graphic on it, but it was a brilliant idea. So you'll see here in a minute. And but anyway, we need to get Drew up, so because he's got a lot to talk about.
Scott just said, as awesome as I am, the real star of the show is your beard.
Thank you.
We didn't need that ego. Drew.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's like your house is empty. You can just throw stuff wherever you want to.
I can't. And I'm the only one here.
Are
can
you
do
sitting
whatever I
Indian
want.
style on the floor?
No, I actually have a bar stool,
Oh, nice.
but there's no other furniture.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't sound like anything. Like maybe carpet
Yes.
on the wall might.
Hey Joe, everything's on the pod still.
No, well, the pod's empty now.
Oh wow.
It's just all in my garage now. The permanent pod.
I feel like I should grow a beard. I'm feeling a little bit of beard envy right now.
Is it John Larry?
I have that effect on people.
Yeah, both of you.
where's producer Joe? I think he had something to say about your beard earlier.
It is dreamy.
It really is.
Wow.
Did you see Jeremy Summerall earlier? What he said?
Oh, yes. Yes. About beard on beard action.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Joe said he had beard envy.
Wait a minute. That's a thing?
Yeah.
Beard on
Google
beard
it.
action.
I dare you.
Depends on what porn channel you're watching.
I can't. That's too much. Joe goes, that's a thing.
It always goes back to Pornhub.
Yeah.
Joe's completely. He's tapped out. He's gonna go check Pornhub for that.
Well, Drew's beard though, like Lance, your beard is interesting and it's got a lot of character to it. Drew's, honestly, it makes me want to sit on his lap. Not in a Santa way. I don't know what it is. I just want to sit on his lap. Look at this.
It's amazing.
It's like
Nobody puts Lance's beard in
want
When you zoom in
Yeah.
like that, you know how the Shih Tzu's got the little thing
Oh, my
right here
head's
because you
hurting.
got the coloring.
Yeah.
Right there.
When you zoom in and you can't see it's on a man's face, it looks like a Shih Tzu beard right here.
Nice.
Nice.
I love it. I feel like a Shih Tzu sometimes.
Oh, yes, Alyssa. Drew wins. His beard is mucho better.
It just depends. It depends what the contest is.
Oh man,
Oh, my
goodness
goodness.
gracious!
What do we do?
We need
What-
well, Tyler has to grow his out first, but I'm thinking of a few people that got this awesome beard.
Josh Schultz has an
Josh
awesome
Schultz
beard.
has a wicked awesome beard.
His is nice. Jeremy's is good.
You know what's interesting about beards since go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say somebody just recently, and I'm going to draw names because I suck at names. They're probably
Okay.
sitting here watching. Is he did it like a rainbow or like in the last month. And he said he might not keep it that way, but
I
he was
don't-
just having
I don't
fun, and I
know.
can't
This
think
is
of
that's a
social
great story.
Yeah,
If we're talking
Jeremy-
about beards in 20 minutes, then we need to.
No, we're good. I just sorry. Off
Drew
topic.
wins.
Beards are sexy.
Again to Tyler, the sex. Damn, I love that you're awake, Brian. It's so awesome, Grandpa. What's up, David?
Hey, David.
Don't worry, David. You didn't miss much yet.
Not yet. We've just been talking about beards.
Yes.
Oh, and
Seriously.
I need to call David back. He called me the other day. Sorry about that, David. I'll call you back. I just a lot going on. So let's go ahead and jump into the show, can we?
Yeah.
Can, please.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I have a lot of questions for Drew here. Drew, you are an actor, a producer. You produce commercials. You also do your own independent films. You have quite the impressive IMDb, if I may say so. And you also you tour conventions and stuff. So you are really, really just super active in the community, doing everything that you can and making stuff. How do you do it?
I'm a hustler. That's what I do. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how I do it.
Do you do it out of joy? You love doing it, so you do it?
Hey,
Male model. Hashtag male model.
Oh yeah, you forgot to say that I'm a male model.
That is great hair.
Amazing.
I definitely do it out of joy. I mean, I'd be doing all of those things anyways, or trying to do all of those things, even if I was a barista or a bartender or whatever. Like,
I believe you too.
Or just eating ice cream.
Okay, so and I remember somebody saying that to me one time, is like, find something that you love to do and then figure out if there's a way that you can make a living doing that. And that's what
and that's the dream. I haven't exactly figured out a way to make a living doing it. I mean, I've on and off. Some months of the year I'm making a living, and other months of the year I'm not.
Yeah,
you know, it's a crazy industry to work in, and it's really hard. It's hard to save, and it's hard to have relationships, and it's hard to have be stable. But if it's when it's what you love, you make the best of it. And I try to incorporate it into my life, which is what I think has helped. Like, my kids are involved in everything. My house, my home is involved in everything, and I open up to everyone else in the industry. So I think that's helped a lot. Like, when I go to work, sometimes it's in my house, and sometimes my kids come with me, and my son travels to conventions with me and works the booth. And
how old is your son?
He's 14 now.
14. Okay. I have a 13-year-old son, so we're close. Okay.
Yes. And he's been working, since he was 10, he's been coming to conventions on the road with me, working the booth, and spending all of the money that we make on switchblades and whatever else weird things that people sell at horror conventions.
Right.
What does he think about the gore? Does he love it?
He loves it. I mean, he's not obsessed with it, but he loves it. And he's been experiencing it for a while, like, from behind the scenes. But I didn't let him watch a lot of horror movies when he was younger. I wanted him to have kind of a traditional path and let him find those on his own. Like, I'm sure he watched everything I told him he wasn't allowed to watch on his tablet anyways, but I wanted him to do that. Like every other kid needs to find, you need to find those things on your own and experience those things rather than just me showing him everything. So, but now that he's 14, I mean, I think he's seen everything.
Now, so Drew, you have, obviously with Pool Party Massacre. Pool Party Massacre is horror, but it's comedy. So you definitely tend to have like a comedic spin to the stuff that you like to do. Have you ever thought about doing a comedy that's not horror, or do you just really want to stay with that genre as well?
I mean, horror is definitely my favorite genre, and it's a big part of my life.
Okay.
But I like a traditional comedy, and I often say in interviews that my dream job would be to play a dad in a Disney sitcom. That, like, the shows that my kids watch, like that you've probably seen, and the dad is they always get to overact and make dad jokes, and they just have like the best. It just looks like the best job ever.
Did you come to that conclusion after watching Billy Ray Cyrus on Hannah Montana?
Yeah. No, I think
bingo.
Because my daughter is younger, I missed the Hannah Montana wave. So I have other shows like the Thundermans, which is on nonstop right now in my house.
Becky.
So, but yeah, from watching all of those dads, and they just look like they have the most fun. And
yeah, now you'd probably have to shave your beard.
Probably, unless I write my own.
There you go.
There you go. And
there's a possibility, as long as they don't look at my IMDb, Disney might. Well, we'll see.
So many of these. So Disney, Paramount Networks, Netflix, HBO. I mean, they're all looking for new content, and they're all always in competition with each other. And so eventually, Disney, if they're going to want to keep up with Netflix and Paramount Networks and so on and so forth, they're going to have to do things that are a little bit edgier. As far edgy as Disney can go.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, write something and present it to them, and if they don't take it, then Netflix probably will.
And write the beard in the contract.
Well, yeah, I was going to say with the beard, like if you were, say, based out of the mountains of Colorado or the mountains in Nevada, or somewhere where the beard is just part of where you live,
or on a pirate ship.
Bingo.
That's even better.
Yeah, pirate.
Bingo.
Oh, I would love to be a pirate. Pirate. I've always wanted to do
Pirate Dad. It just
Yeah.
writes itself. You're
Um,
walking the plank if you don't do the dishes.
you know, once you become known to the public, though, and that beard, like if you have, we're still talking about the beard, and I said we're going to talk for 20 minutes, but if the beard is part of your identity, just like look at Jason Momoa. He shaved his beard and everybody freaked out. He's still a very handsome guy without his beard, but everybody was like, that's what they're used to. That's what they identify with. And that's that drive from the viewers, you know? So,
Sure. And obviously I'm like on a way different level than Jason Momoa. But it's honestly, it's still become part of my identity on whatever level I'm on. And that's why I still have it. I mean, I would have shaved it. I get sick of it, especially wearing a mask all day. It's really hard, and it gets this like wave in it because the mask pushes right here and it goes whoop, and it just looks horrible. But every role I get cast for it's written as a big guy with beard walks into the room, or homeless guy with beard, or serial killer with beard, or whatever. That's pretty much every role. I just summed them all up. But
oh man,
I never get sea captain. I never get Viking. I'm waiting for the other like bearded roles, but for some reason it's always homeless guy or serial killer or homeless serial killer.
badass bike.
Have you ever?
You gotta braid it and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll let somebody braid it. I had to have it curled once because I played God in something, and I guess God has a curl.
God
beard.
has a curling iron?
I guess because I had to sit in a chair for 30 minutes while somebody curled my beard, put like ring curls
You like
in it.
God or a God?
I was playing God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Who curls God's beard?
It was an angel.
I don't know.
So
Angels.
okay, so and he said Viking. So this is what I was going to say. So my girlfriend lives in Germany. She does a lot of stuff over there in the UK and everything, and she's got an agent in London, I think. And there's actually a show out there called Vikings, and she talked to them about signing me on. You should look into an agency over there, because there's a lot of shows that you would look perfect for in that genre.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
And
I mean, as long as you can kind of play around with some accents and stuff like that, like
I'll tell him I'm mute.
You're mute. Yeah, just tell him you're a mute.
Yeah.
As long as you look the part, you're a mute.
Yeah. I'll be that guy. I'll be the mute Viking.
Yeah.
As long as the paycheck comes in, right?
So right before we came on, we were talking about the lack of acoustics, or mini acoustics you have right now, and you were telling us about your new compound. Tell us about that. It's exciting.
Yeah. So that's I can hear the echo, so I can imagine that you guys can hear it in this big empty room. But yeah, my goal for a very long time was to have an indie film compound. Basically get some land and have a house and have a studio on my property and have some extra land so that I could make all of my movies and art on my property and not necessarily have to leave. I'm a bit of a shut-in. So that's just always been a goal of mine. I never thought it would really happen, but it just did.
You can leave a drill hole in the wall if you want to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did that anyways, but yeah, yes, pretty much. And so, yeah, I just moved in. It hasn't even been 2 weeks since I started moving in. But yeah, I've got the space that I wanted. I have a space I'm going to build a studio on. We're going to start construction soon. So we'll have a 3,000 square foot studio with a 30 by 30 2-wall psych and a podcast room. And it's going to be awesome. And then the house itself is really unique. So it came with a pig.
And you're going to have podcasts and everything there, huh? You're going to have a sound stage.
Yeah.
For the record, Tyler, just so everybody knows, this is his first podcast at the new house.
It's true.
There we go. Yeah.
You guys are popping my cherry, which is why I'm in a big empty room and not in my super cool horror office that I had at the other house, because all of that's still in boxes.
So
somewhere.
that's cool that you're going to have this space. You're going to have your sound. You're going to have stages. You're going to be able to do a lot. Like you said, you're going to be able to make a full movie right there in that spot. Obviously, it's going to save you a lot of money.
Yep.
You do still. So when you hire your talent and crew and all that kind of stuff, do you try to find people that can kind of not necessarily do favors, but do it on weekends and nights, or do you try to find people that's what they do, that's their 100% job, and you just try to allocate some of those funds for your movies towards those people so you can work throughout the week?
It just depends. It just depends on the project. So projects like Pool Party Massacre had a $6,000 budget, so everything was shooting on weekends, working around people's schedules. And then other projects I've been a part of that I've acted in and or produced have had up to $200,000 budget, and then we're SAG and we're, and that changes everything. But for the most part, it's a combination of the two, largely because I work in the industry full time. So even the people that I'm working around their schedules are often professionals at what they're doing. So the person that's doing my sound does sound for a living, and I'm finding the 2 days off or 1 day off that he has, and he's coming to do sound for me as a favor. So I guess I'm fortunate in that regard. A lot of other indie filmmakers, especially when they're starting, when their friends come over to help, their friends are learning whatever it is, the skill that they're supposed to be doing. And I'm, my DP, even though he's doing me a favor on his day off, probably just shot like a Geico commercial the day before and is coming over to my house to work on my shitty $6,000 movie. So I'm lucky in that regard.
That is an advantage, yeah, because you have the connections, you have the people. Now, do you ever seek out funding for any of the films that you're doing? So, Pool Party Massacre, you're going to do part 2, right? Yeah,
we're doing a sequel, and that's the first time that I've ever tried to get funding in any way, shape, or form. And we did an Indiegogo, and it was the first Indiegogo I've ever done. Yeah, and it was very successful. I didn't know. I mean, I had very low expectations. I don't like asking people for money, even when it's just through the internet. So, but it was great. So now we actually have a budget. We can more than double our $6,000 budget from the first one, which is great. So
that's all he wanted. He said that. That's all I want to do.
Yes. So but I never go. I don't work with investors. I mean, I did on previous projects that have helped produce for other people, but for my own projects, I haven't yet. And I have some that have actually reached out recently. So I might go down that road. I just have a hard time. I don't know. I'm an artist. I'm insecure about the things that I make, and I don't want anyone else. I want it all to be on my shoulders, which is something I need to get over if I ever want to actually have more funding. But I'm comfortable in this world where everything falls on me, and I'm not going to disappoint anyone. I mean, I disappoint the viewers, I'm sure, but I won't disappoint investors.
Stop.
But like you said, you're eventually probably going to have to, because most filmmakers, if they want to progress in their career, they're eventually going to go from small independent shorts to small independent features to now they're involving the unions. They're involving, they're hiring like directors that have directed a lot of different movies. They're hiring DPs that have worked on a lot of different things. So you slowly build up. And I imagine that's the trajectory for most people, is that's where they want to be. They want to be in that position, but then a lot of people can kind of get stuck just in that, well, I just want to do my thing because I'm an artist. And I'm just relating to what you just said, is like, sometimes you feel like you just need to kind of get over that. You need to get over that part about you and be like, okay, well, we need to bring in investors, and I'm going to have to listen to other people and get what their input is. And then, get over those insecurities. And then that way, and still make the movie that you want to make, but then it elevates it even more to where now this movie that you are artistically like involved in, now you're also involved in as a business as well. Right.
For sure. And it is. And that is the kind of the ideal trajectory for sure for most indie filmmakers. And yeah, like I said, it's something that I kind of have to get over if that's the path I want to go. And I'm torn because I like my world, which is kind of why I wanted to get my compound going, you know, so that I can be involved in more things and maybe find more of a non-traditional way to do things and still make a living. And I don't require much to survive either. So just water and ramen. So, but I do have kids. I do have to take care of my kids and stuff. But I kind of satiate that also by acting, because that's when I get to act in other people's projects. I get to step into that project, and it is their creative, and I'm not in control, and that kind of helps me live in both worlds. Because I act in, you know, sometimes I'm in bigger productions and even SAG productions that I act in where I'm just a very small piece in this bigger puzzle, and then other times I'm in small projects and short films. I mean, I'm a whore for horror, so a stranger could reach out to me right now and tell me that they're making a movie, and if they have a good role for me, most likely I'll take it. Yeah. Like,
myself.
As a perfect segue, though.
But I wanted to ask a question before we segue. With you being and having everything at your house, and you want to make a movie, do you still have to do the licensing and permits and stuff that you do, or since it's your property, can you skip all that?
I can skip all that. I have to have well, I don't have to do anything. I have production insurance just because that's the smart thing to do, because I'm inviting people onto my property to work. But other than that, we don't need here in Clark County, we don't need film permits to film on private property. So I don't have to worry about that. Although I pull permits for a living from the county and the city here. So it's not a hard thing to do, and I deal with them on a regular basis. So even if I needed to, it's not like LA where things are harder and location fees are expensive. Like, you can pull a permit to film on the Las Vegas Strip for free. As long as your crew is under 5 people, you can just get a permit, and you just have to take the time to fill out the paperwork and prove that you have insurance. And other than that, there's zero cost.
That's cool.
Okay, wow.
And this is very interesting for a lot of. Oh, go ahead, Lance.
I was going to say, I hope we don't need a pig in the future, because Jason and Lisa were worrying about the pigs. So.
About the pigs. But this is really interesting, though, because talking to you, Drew, so a lot of filmmakers that start off making short films or trying to get into it, they don't know that side of permits and everything. And so that scares them. So they avoid it because they don't understand it. You understand it. You do it all the time for a living, but you still, with your own projects, you just kind of figure out ways to circumvent that.
Oh, they're back.
You know, but it's interesting because you understand, like, if somebody was like, hey, you got to do permits, you know exactly what you're doing. Whereas a lot of other filmmakers, if you say, you know, you got to get permits or insurance or anything like that, they're like, what? Like, I have to get what? And how long is that going to take? Do I have to go to court? Do I have to, like, how much paperwork do I have to fill out? Like with the union, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't involve the union. You can do SAG low budget. You can do SAG no budget as long as you do the paperwork. But people get so intimidated by the paperwork because they're not sure what they're supposed to do. But you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and the SAG paperwork is scary because there's things in there that mention how they'll put a lien on your project if you don't do this on time or do that on time. And so if you're not familiar with it and you're reading it, it's extremely intimidating.
Threatening, yeah.
And then once you do it a few times, you realize that it's a lot more user-friendly than you think it is. And they do want you to make the project, and they want it to go well, you know.
Yeah. You have to kind of realize that they're on your side, which is why they've provided for modified low budget, no budget, those kind of things, you know, where some people think, well, if I'm going to do a low budget film, I can't involve SAG because I'm going to have to pay every actor on the set at $800 a day plus all these things. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You can still, you know, you can still, and you had a look on your face. What were you about to say?
Me? I was just waiting for the perfect opportunity to take a sip of my beverage. But I know exactly what you're saying, and that's the other thing is a lot of people think that that being SAG means you have to pay people a lot of money.
Yep.
And it doesn't. I mean, SAG minimums are not high. Yeah, most of the SAG like your favorite actor is getting paid a lot of money, and that's what you see in the headlines. But a typical speaking role on a SAG indie film, they're not making that kind of money.
Yep. And that's where my hands have been tied as an actor, because I've been in the union for a long time, and I can't get anybody in Colorado to do a union film. You know, they don't want to do the union. They don't want to do the paperwork. They don't want to do all that kind of stuff. And I quit fighting them on it. But a lot of it is just that intimidation, like you were saying, of once they start to look at that paperwork, then they're like, oh my gosh, like they're going to put a lien on the film. Like, you know, it's very threatening words in those contracts and stuff. So.
And I think it really does depend where you are. Like you're talking about being in Colorado and then other markets. Obviously it's different if you're in LA or New York, but in other parts of the world, like where I am, it's definitely less. There are less things, less projects that are happening that are union. And even when you're close to LA, but far enough away, like our special guests,
yes,
are in
California. Another segue.
In Northern California.
Yes, great segue. You should
making films, and they're far enough away that it's a whole different world for them as well. So
even though they're in the same state,
yeah.
You know, and I guess New Mexico, for instance, if you do anything in New Mexico, it's union all the way. New Mexico is full on union.
Well, I think we should let Paul and Angie.
Ooh,
Ellis.
Surprise guests.
Hello.
Are they still here?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hi.
I'm so hoping y'all didn't bail on us.
Oh, okay. I was going to say their microphone was muted, but it's on now. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
How y'all doing? Hey, thanks for having us.
I love your flower, Angie.
Oh, thank you. It's Valentine's Day, you know. Gotta get in spirit.
So do we need to explain who these two amazing humans are?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Because no one knows who we are.
Let's let Drew do it. Drew's doing a good job.
Yeah, of course. Well, so yeah, if you don't already know who Paul and Angie are, the reason why they're the perfect guest tonight is because they are very experienced indie filmmakers and happen to have a movie that just got released called /Lorette Party that I was fortunate enough to act in. There it is.
Yes.
So
like 200 of them over here.
The Blu-rays.
Wait a second. Paul.
Yes.
Do that again, please.
Okay, one more time. Okay.
There you go. That's so awesome.
Just got them in.
Amazing.
Yeah, Brutal Posters. Chris Barnes did the artwork for us.
Oh, I love it.
On the side is Drew's face right there, if you can see that.
Oh, is he on the side?
He's on the spine. He's also on the back, too. Wielding his axe. You can see that.
Awesome.
Nice.
No one's going to buy it now.
Stop.
Shoot.
I tried to make it small, but, I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude.
Who said nobody's going to buy it?
I did.
Drew.
Because my face is on the spine.
Gotta put Drew.
We bought one.
I don't put my face on my project.
Thank you, Samantha, purchasing one of our /Lorette Party Blu-rays.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, so we were just talking. I'm sure you guys could hear. But we were just talking about, making indie films and the concept of whether you need to go union or not go union, and making films kind of below the law, or above the law. I don't know which one is Steven Seagal.
The magical element.
Well, who's listening to this? Is what we want to know before we.
Yeah. Whoops.
Just don't give the best secrets away.
Any law enforcement can leave now, and then we'll talk.
Yeah. Well, if you're a cop, you have to type it in the chat right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Reveal yourself.
Otherwise, that's entrapment.
That's right.
No, we don't have much experience with like the unions and that kind of stuff. Everything's indie, just like Drew. We're both at the same kind of level. I mean, we have we have the insurance for some locations. We've had experience doing that, of course, getting agreements and signatures from the actors and the composers and things like that. But nothing to do with like working with union actors or anything like on that level at all.
But it's still amazing.
Do you still typically pay your talent?
Yeah. Slash Art Party. This film we were able to pay everybody. Usually we try to pay people like after, like it's like when the movie like makes more money, then we'll pay them on the back end. But this time we were able to pay actors pretty not up front, but like a lot sooner than normal because of the funding that we had for the film was over our goal. So we were able to pay all the actors and the composers and the cinematographer. So it feels really great to pay because we've done films in the past, of course, where people work for free, including ourselves. So this one was really cool. We got to pay everybody.
How long was the behind the scenes stuff been going on? Like when you first started, because I've been monitoring it for a while, so I'm trying to remember how long it's been. Now we're coming to the finish line. I think it's so cool.
Right. Yeah, well, because of the COVID epidemic, it kind of, put a damper on everything. But we started shooting in November of 2019, October of 2019.
October 2019.
And then we had planned to like wrap it all up like at the beginning of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And we even had the flights booked for Drew and Ginger Lynn in March. And then the day
we all
later,
know what happened in March.
Yeah.
Yep. It all stopped.
We just had to cancel their flights, cancel the shoot. And we didn't get to shoot again until July of 2020.
Yeah.
So it took we lost our premiere.
So close to being done too.
Yeah,
I mean,
so close.
if you count the weekends, I think we made the movie in under 2 months.
Yeah. It was a really quick shoot.
We're just waiting on like the final shoot.
Yeah, because we shot a majority of it in a cabin within 3 days. And we had Drew come out and stay with us and stay with our crew. And that was really fun. Everyone loved Drew, working with Drew for the first time.
Yay.
It was our first time working with Drew. We had met on the convention scene. He was touring with Pool Party Massacre. And we had met him here in Stockton or Sacramento, I believe. The Sinister Con.
Yeah, in Stockton.
Yeah.
So we don't give any like, what do you call them? The things that you get, spoiler alerts.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, you're like the stripper, right? Like
party. I'm a stripper in everything I do. Just often I don't strip, so you don't know it.
Just doesn't strip.
But
he strips. He has a full-on blazer and neck and t-shirt and tie underneath. So.
Yeah, I'm an unemployed stripper.
He even takes off the beard.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It's a removable beard. Awesome.
Special effects, baby. But no, making Slash Art Party was one of the best movie making experiences I've ever had, and I'm only a small part of it, but being in that cabin, like it's something that I hadn't done yet. I hadn't been immersed in a film where the entire cast and crew we were housed together.
Yeah.
And for a period of time, and that can either go horribly wrong or it can be amazing, or probably more often somewhere in the middle. But for me, the whole time was amazing. Like we had tons of fun. We got a lot accomplished. You guys made this kick-ass movie that came out of that trip to this cabin where a bunch of strangers. I mean, it sounds like an intro for the real world.
Yeah.
But there were a bunch of strangers in a cabin.
Yeah.
Sleeping a couple feet away from each other and during the day, and then killing each other at night. Like it was just, it was just amazing.
Yeah, no, it was the first time experience for us too, having everybody in one place, and we weren't sure, how smooth it would go because we had to go pick you and Ginger up at the airport, and then you guys actually drove from the airport, and we would meet you there, and we had all the food, and we had all the equipment and everything, and it was like everyone was coming the next day, and it was a lot of planning, and a lot of pre-production for this just to make sure everything went smooth. And like you said, I'm so glad that everyone got along. Everyone had a lot of fun. Everyone loved each other. Everyone was making each other laugh and stuff. So it was like no fights, no drama, no nothing. And me and Angie, we, on set, we never blow up or have any kind of disagreements or frustrations. Because with every film, there's, problems that come up. But we pride ourselves on like not, losing it. Keeping things going.
It's not our style.
I've been on plenty of projects that where people have lost it. So yeah.
Yeah, the Olivia Wilde. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but she's an actress and she's a director now, and she has a no asshole policy on her movie sets.
That's cool.
Yeah, she kicked off Shia LaBeouf, right?
Exactly.
Is that what it was?
And I think it's important. I think that this industry for a long time has been dominated by shitty people. Yeah. And I think that it's about time that the people that have good hearts and they just want to make good art and not have power trips and not treat people like shit and not not sexually harass people or sexually assault people or anything like that. Like, it's not an overnight thing, but it's nice to see that we're starting to see changes in the industry to where it's like when you go on a set, you don't have to be intimidated. You don't have to be harassed. You don't have to have a horrible experience, because making a movie is supposed to be fun for everybody, not just for the ones that are making all the money,
Right.
For everybody.
Well, we were really careful with our casting. We usually are anyway.
Careful,
we get to know the actors pretty well before we work together, usually. This one in particular, we were really careful because we knew we were all going to be housed together for 3 days. The nearest town was like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes away. So we were all going to be together nonstop 3 days straight, meals, eating, sleeping, hanging out, working, like the whole thing. So we needed to pick some personalities that were going to be able to like mesh and have a great time and just be able to go with the flow. So
and it's a horror movie, 80s style horror movie. So it was like girls, scantily clad and everything. And we want to make sure we have the guys that aren't creepy or anything like that. Everyone is like just
it's not loud.
Yeah, like so everyone feels safe. And thankfully for us, we had a lot of couples.
Yeah, most of the actors were actually couples, so that was a unique aspect too.
Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, for sure. And but like having Ginger and Drew, they were like, because we knew a lot of the people in the film because we're all from the same city and stuff. And we made other films with them before. So Ginger and Drew were like outsiders, and they just melded right into the group, and everyone loved them. And it was so fun to hear like Ginger tell her stories of her past days in the adult film industry while she's knitting a sweater or knitting a blanket for people, and just have Drew, like that was the first time we really got to really hang out because we got to talk at the convention and sat in Stockton, but this time we really got to really talk and stuff about the process. But so it was very cool just to hang out with everybody, just to see everybody. I was videotaping a lot of it behind the scenes, and everyone's just talking, having a good time. So it was a real family experience.
Yeah, and those are the best times. Like anytime that I've ever been on a set, when you leave and you feel like you're leaving a family. Oh yeah, you want to stay together. You want to keep on working with them. But that's one of the exciting things about being an actor or a filmmaker is you have these moments and you bond with these people, and some of those bonds will last a lifetime. But you have that excitement, and then you get to move on to another project, and then have that same excitement again. New people and having new experiences and everything. It's all supposed to be positive, and so I'm really happy to see that like your film and even having for 3 days everybody crammed into a house, that it was a really, really positive experience. And especially with Drew, with as many projects as you've been on, for you to say that was one of the best experiences that you had on a film set says a lot about Paul and Angie's management. So I think that's amazing.
Heart.
For sure. Yeah. And it really was, and we did feel like family. And I think it's important, like hopefully that people will realize this maybe through the special features. I don't know what's on the Blu-ray yet because I don't even have one yet. But hopefully people will realize once they watch it, they're going to be really shocked to know that it was such a small crew in this cabin. And in a short period of time too. I mean, the amount that was accomplished each day that we were in that cabin was mind-boggling. Especially when you think, technically, the crew was 3 people.
Yeah.
Yep. Us two,
and our cinematographer.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Which was amazing. I mean, obviously everyone helped out. Like it was a great team of people. So when you needed, like duvetine over a window to block the sunlight, there were 10 volunteers to do it. But but it was just still, I think people are going to be shocked when they find out, when they watch, because of the production value in the movie. If they get to find out that it was a 3-person crew and it was shot spread out over such a large period of time, that I think they'll be really impressed, because I was.
Those are going out Monday, Paul. We were talking about Drew about earlier. When are those going out?
Well, we're gonna next week or tomorrow, this coming week, we're gonna start getting the signatures on the Blu-rays. We have about 200 of them that we need to get signed. And once we get that done, then we're gonna start mailing them out. All the people who pre-ordered, on Indiegogo, sending them out to the cast, sending Drew his copy, sending Ginger her copy. And then after that, we're gonna start our own website where people can order more Blu-ray copies, posters. We have
the DVD and the VHS.
We have it on VHS as well. But yeah, so they'll be going out very, very soon. Just got to get all the signatures, and most of the people live around here, so it's just kind of hard. Not hard, but it's going to be a little bit to wrangle everybody to come in and filter them in. It's like 20 people in the cast or something like that. So,
are you are you planning on submitting this to festivals or?
We submitted it to our first festival, the Tampa Bay Screams Festival by Sean Donahue. That is in March. And then there's another one, I think it's the Grindsploitation Fest, I believe. Nathan Ludwig. I forget what it's called. That one's in April. He hasn't made the selections yet.
See that ball right there? You see Jason on the screen?
Oh, sign poster? Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely have some. Just DM me, man, and I'll give you the info. And right now I'm taking orders through PayPal for these pre-orders and stuff. But yeah, I'll get you a signed poster for sure, man.
Awesome.
But yeah, so film festivals, we just barely started sending to like 1 or 2. But I am going to be looking for more to send out. And I would love to attend some of them that will have showings. But I mean, here in California, they aren't doing any screenings at all. So places like Tampa or Virginia, they are doing some screenings. So, a little far away, but
Yes,
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I happen to be in Florida. Is Tampa definitely happening?
yeah, Sean Donahue, he had a little commercial the other day, and they're going to be wearing masks. It's at the Ramada Inn. I forget where exactly, but yeah, they said Tampa Bay Screams is going on, and yet I think he said he went to the movie theater too not that long ago. But over here, it's definitely not that. Over here.
That's awesome. Terry and I discussed going there, but we weren't sure if it was still going. Terry, DJ, everybody knows Drone Cav. Him and I were discussing, hey, there's Terry right now.
Tampa Bay Screams. Cool.
That's
I
what
would
Josh
love-
Knopf is involved with that one, right, Joe? Or Terry?
I'm sorry?
I guess Terry would know. That's the one Josh Knopf is involved with, I believe.
That I thought that was iHorror.
Maybe that's what I'll be thinking of. I think that's
iHorror, I think, is that one. And Terry's saying with Joe. So that may be interesting with some Indie Brigade coverage. So sorry to butt in.
No, don't be sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be great if there were more traditional film festival options right now, but there are very few. I mean, and that's actually technically how Paul and I met, even though it wasn't in person. But Pool Party and Streets of Vengeance, their movie before Slash Lariat Party, were both on the festival circuit at the same time. So I think it was in Portland. I was at
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just was sitting. I try to watch as many movies as I can when I'm at a festival and meet as many people as I could. And luckily, one of the things that I caught was their film Streets of Vengeance, and I loved it. And from there, tracked them down, and then got to meet them, and now here we are. So sometimes it does pay to stalk people on Facebook.
That's how we get everybody.
And this is something I
We're
think
stalking Drew too. He didn't know it though.
I think it's important for a lot of people to go to conventions, or anybody who's in this industry is, there's a lot of failures in this industry, as we all know. There's struggles, especially for actors. You audition all the time, you get turned down all the time and everything. But sometimes it just seems like fate. you show up and you meet somebody at a convention, or you meet somebody at a networking event, or, you know, you have 1,000 failures and then you have one success that just leads to a bigger career, you know? And so it's really just kind of keeping that faith that you're doing what you love for a reason, you know, and that reason is because you love it and you stay with it. And then eventually, you know, just like Drew and Paul and Angie, you guys met each other and now we're on this podcast and we're talking about, you know, this slasherette party, and then who knows what's going to be after this, you know, but obviously you guys really enjoyed working together. And so that's just how that's one thing I love about this industry is it is one of the toughest industries ever, but you meet some really great people and all it takes is one person and it changes your life.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. I definitely feel that way about everyone we work with. Drew, I mean, he's such a good friend. He was such a great person to work with on Slasherette Party. I'm writing a role for him. I'm writing a demon wrestling, heavy metal wrestling movie. So that's another role that Drew has not been in yet. Even a little bit like Daniel Bryan too. So that's really cool. And Luke Harper.
Can he keep his beard, Paul?
I say he has to.
Yeah, it's in my contract.
Yeah, it's insured.
We're writing a role for the beard.
Yes, Angie.
A demon wrestling. What was it? A demon?
The working title is Wrestle Babes and the Heavy Metal Demon Massacre. Working title. I pretty much think it says it all there.
You know, I could see Lance with his beard in that movie.
You know,
as a demon girl.
Demon girl.
As a wrestle babe, yeah.
Please make him a woman. That would be so epic.
I'm not wearing pants.
I'm a railroad guy.
Sorry.
Drew's not wearing pants.
I'm not wearing pants today, Brian.
Thanks for that visual, Drew.
You're halfway there.
Hey, wait, this is COVID. Nobody wears pants on any of these. I thought it was
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants. It's freezing.
Am I the only one?
Snowmageddon around.
Oh,
All right. I have pants on.
You had shorts
Spoiler
on.
alert.
I'm not shorts.
Oh, you did put pants on.
I literally ran in from picking up my dinner, which I haven't eaten yet, and sat down in this chair and jumped on. So
What is that?
I'm full ramen, spicy chicken ramen.
Nice.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It will be, I hope.
Go ahead, eat it. We're good.
No, see, when you have a beard like this, ramen is very messy. Every time you slurp noodles, spicy ramen juice just drips all over.
So maybe that's not all beer in there. There might be yesterday ramen left over.
Yeah, there could be. What's it?
Say that for later.
So yeah, I don't want to do that in front of you guys.
One of the things we talked about with Drew is if you guys would like, once your movie's out and we've all had a chance to view it and take it in, if y'all would come back where we can all talk about scenes and the things and the stuff that happens and
Without spoiling it.
the magic.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting us here tonight.
thank
I was
you.
just going to watch it just to watch Drew. So
Aw.
thanks for involving us.
Oh, I'm glad you guys came on. And I'm looking forward to seeing this. I wrote it down. I can get it on Indiegogo.
It's not Indiegogo anymore. Right now, I'm just taking pre-orders through PayPal. Just on Facebook, just find me, just DM me. And I'm getting them signed this week. So any ones that I get this week will be signed, and then before I can ship them out.
Is it going to stream eventually, Paul? Or is it
yeah. Yeah, eventually we will. Right now, Streets of Vengeance, our previous film, I'm going through Film Hub on that one. So it's going to be on Tubi TV pretty soon, and on Amazon Prime, which it was on Amazon before, but it was like for rental and for to purchase. Amazon previously had told me it was too violent to be on Prime for some reason. Even though I saw Father's Day the other day, and they were cutting penises and stuff. And I mean, we have that too, but why discriminate against one penis?
Right.
Against ours. Theirs is more graphic and better.
There, with it being on Tubi, is there any restrictions where if we wanted to do a live stream show and have people watch it through a live stream, are you allowed to do that, or do you know if you can't?
No.
Joe says we can do it.
Oh.
Okay. producer knows the rule.
Yeah, but it will be on streaming. A Slasher Party will be on streaming probably in a few months, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, we're just doing DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS tape.
Can I get so if I order from PayPal, can I get a signed copy of the movie that Drew signed?
No, you have to come. You have to come stay in the guest house to get me to sign it.
All right, because I already have your signed copy of Pool Party Massacre, and that's in my safe deposit box.
Is that what you got right there?
Smart.
Is that what you got right there, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got that at the Pool Party convention.
That's when I got mine.
I have one of those too.
You have a signed copy of your movie too?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
I sign my shit all the time for myself. I've got so many copies of signed Texas Chainsaw. It's
I've even bought it from myself, like multiple times. Like when I changed platforms for the web store, I had to try it out, so I had to make sure it worked. So I've had to buy it a couple times from myself.
Yeah, people keep wanting to
make
buy
sure it works.
my copies, and so I give it to them or I sell it to them, and then it's like, oh, well, now I have nothing. So I go buy myself a copy again.
Oh, do we get a signed copy, or is that part of the deal, or is that
the Slasher Party?
Yeah, from y'all.
Yeah. All the pre-orders I've been taking, like with you and like other people this past few days, they're all going to be signed. Yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
Nice.
By the California people.
Right, by the California crew.
Yeah, Ginger and I
trip out to Las Vegas.
Yeah, Ginger and I will sign them at a convention someday in the future, hopefully.
I know, that'd be great.
We'll carry him
I have
with
to
us.
bring mine to
Poop Party Massacre.
It ties on it tonight.
Oh yeah, Itai wants to do a review of your movie on his
My Indie Productions.
My Indie Productions.
So if he
does movie reviews, his group.
Yeah, My Indie Productions. Good
Could
stuff.
that be a movie like Poop Party Massacre? Like it's held in like a like in a preschool.
I'm glad you went with preschool because it's a little more light-hearted, I guess, than some other locations.
Imagine like a serial killer, like 4-year-old in a preschool.
I think of
You
Carl.
see, I imagined like a Mr. Hanky prequel.
I was thinking Carl from Caddyshack.
a killer poo. Right.
Well, now we know what everybody's brains are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old folks home.
So Paul, just so people that are watching know, so if they reach out to you on Facebook, they can DM you and they can still pre-order a copy.
Yeah. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Paul Ragsdale. Pretty easy. There are not too many Paul Ragsdales. Although there's one of the Paul Ragsdale, but he's like way more popular than me. So just look for the one that doesn't have as many friends. That's me. DM me and you can order a copy of Blu-ray. I still got a few left over from this one package, and I got another one coming in. And they'll be autographed before we mail them out. I think the last chance would be like next Friday. I think so. Anytime between now and next Friday.
Awesome.
And posters too. So just hit me up.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you just said where you could find you. Angie, do you want to say where we can find you?
I would just go to Paul's stuff because he's really good at managing all of that.
Yeah, I'm nonstop on there.
What was that?
Tyler?
You have your social media and stuff though, yeah?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do. But I'm like a really girly, like unicorns and flowers, and so any horror fans come to my page and they're like, "This cannot possibly be the maker of Streets of Vengeance or Slasher."
That's one of our secret ingredients because she grew up not being allowed to watch horror movies at all. Her mom would not allow it. My mom just put on zombie and Italian horror movies all the time for me. So that's what makes our team,
Guts podcast.
She gets because she's the producer, so she grounds everything reality. She's very good with the art direction and that kind of stuff. And
I'm really cheap, so I'm good with the money.
Very, very good. And we have a lot of female characters in our movies. We have a lot of strong female characters.
Nice.
And so have her, to bring that perspective, like whether I'm writing and directing too, just directing, women and stuff, and then clothing them. She does all the wardrobe too. So it's a nice team to have, because we're not there. I mean, I'm not a gore hound really anyway, but I'm much more familiar with horror movies. Like showing her, Child's Play, and I just showed her the Monster Squad the other day, and so trying to catch her up.
Yes, I'm way behind.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool,
yeah.
Wait a second. I have a shameless plug.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. February 26th, the guys from the Monster Squad are coming back on Romero Pictures Indie Brigade. Sorry.
Oh,
Nice.
I gotta set my reminder for that. Oh, yeah.
February
I just watched the
26th.
Monster Squad the other day.
That's amazing.
Cool.
So what are y'all working on now besides autographing these 200? What
Slasher Party, wrapping that up. I'm currently writing Wrestle Babes in the Heavy Metal Demon Massacre. And and then I'm also writing a vampire film called Only Fangs. And that one's going to be really fun too. But Wrestle Babes, I'm not sure, when we'll be able to do that, just because, I would need crowds and stuff for the shoots. And, we're not really allowed to have crowds out here yet in California. So, but I mean, it gives me more time to work on it. So
A lot of writing.
I do a lot of writing.
Yeah.
I would say right now.
Okay, that's
Awesome.
nice. Drew, what do you have working besides
Besides my,
moving into your house, your castle?
first of all,
Yes,
Good.
first of all, I gotta say,
he was Mo.
I gotta give a shout out to my homies at the Guts podcast.
Out
Now
of
that-
Houston.
Now,
Out of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, so they're freezing their balls off too.
Yeah, they are.
We're
Yes, they are.
not used to this.
Well, when I'm not wishing I was hanging out with them in the Guts lair, aside from the boring stuff that I've been doing, like packing and moving and homeschooling my kids, I've been doing a lot of smaller projects, like with a lot of, because we can't do big projects. So everyone I know that's been doing short films or anything artistic, that's what I've been getting involved with. We just shot a really cool Valentine's themed short film here at my new place a couple days ago. So I'll have, hopefully there were some issues with post, so I haven't even gotten to post it yet. But spoiler alert, I play a creepy serial killer.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't write it. I just acted in it, and for some reason that's what I'm good at. But yeah, I've just been doing lots of projects like that. I got to I was in the Barn too.
Yes.
Yay.
I got to fly out to Pittsburgh to be in the Barn too, which was rad. I've always wanted to work with Justin and his crew and Zane. So that was awesome. What else have I been doing? I've been writing a ton, just like Paul and Angie. I've got just journals full of really bad ideas. So I just keep adding to these journals with even worse ideas. So maybe some of them will come to fruition. I'm not sure. But
So I got a question for Drew. You said
Yeah.
you were in a Valentine's movie.
yeah.
Okay.
What's-
Are you the bearded cherub?
I wish. Then I could have wore like a diaper. No,
I
instead I
can't
was
believe
wearing.
you haven't posted a picture like that, knowing you.
I posted. Yeah, I should. I posted some stills from the short, but with no context. And actually, in a weird twist, I kind of played off of my character in /Lorette Party in this short film. Because the photographer and filmmaker that wrote it just seemed so similar. So I actually wore some of the wardrobe from /Lorette Party in it. So it could be like a weird alternate, maybe prequel or something.
That's cool.
In some weird way.
Previous life.
Love it.
Yeah, I wore that members only jacket
Oh, awesome.
from the therapy session scene. But
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
but yeah, so I think the photographer finished editing and posted the video today on YouTube. So, and then I'll be posting it at some point as well.
I can't wait for the Barn 2. Oh, can't
Yep.
wait.
And then Pool Party 2, like the longer we're in quarantine, the more it's going to change, because I just sit around and think about it and rewrite things and change things and add things and then erase things. So I don't know, but if we stay in quarantine long enough, it might be a romantic comedy. Like I have no idea.
Don't know what you mean. My wrestling movies
Do it.
becoming like a kid friendly movie or something.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Paul. No.
You know, well, kid friendly, but with gore. You know,
There you go.
It has a good message. You know,
Like Turbo
Say
Kid.
that. You say that.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Yeah, I
or
don't think
Psycho
so.
Gorman that just came out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I kind of want. I like that, like horror movies made for kids, whereas like it's not like no sex or anything, but still a lot of
just
murder.
like a lot of fun,
yeah,
over the top craziness,
decapitation stuff.
I haven't seen Psycho Gorman, but Turbo Kid was excellent.
It was so good.
Yeah,
I'm dying to see Psycho Gorman. I'm dying to see that.
Drew, do you
I
have
love
a
Astron.
pool at your house so you don't have to borrow mom and dad's for the next one?
Do I what?
You have a pool at your house so you don't have to borrow mom and dad's?
I do have a pool, but I'm gonna need lots of pools. So in the first one, most of it was at my parents' pool, but the whole opening sequence was at my pool in my old house. But so this house has a pool as well. It was kind of a requirement, when you're making a series of movies called Pool Party Massacre.
Right?
You just got to have a pool. So some of it will be shot here for sure. But the way the script is right now, they're without giving away too much, the killer is kind of just going door to door, in a sense, or pool to pool in a way. So So I think the way the script is right now, there's like between 10 and 15 pools or backyards.
Wow.
So
Damn.
wow.
yeah, so
That killer's going to be busy.
luckily it's Vegas, so there's like every backyard has
Every backyard's got a pool.
yeah, there's no
Note to self: buy stock in chlorine.
There you go.
Yes.
Or saltwater pool, yeah. Hey, Drew, did you see Itai's comment? He's going to write a script. The next one's going to be called Bearded Cherub Massacre.
Nice. Well, he didn't say that I would get cast in it yet, so hopefully it's a short list and I'm on it.
Brian said it sounds like a Pornhub exclusive.
Yes. Yeah, well, maybe I'll be able to launch my OnlyFans by then.
Jason's keeping to that boat chase.
Dude. Yeah, so on the Indiegogo, I don't know if Tyler knows this, but on the Indiegogo, I did my Indiegogo pitch video kind of on the fly. Like it was very planned out, and I was at the pool from Pool Party Massacre 1, and and I had somebody shoot it for me, but I didn't want to write it. I didn't want to sit there and read a script for the pitch. So I just winged it, and as I was wrapping it up, I made this mistake of rambling a little too much and saying, and if we get to this point, and I named a number that I thought would be impossible to get to, I'll add, and I started saying, if we get to this point, I'll add this. If we get to this point, and then at the end I said, hell, if we get to 25,000, I'll add a boat chase. And I don't even know where
Guess what happened?
Came from. It just popped. It just was the first thing that popped to my head, but I never thought I would get held to it. And then we hit 25,000 at the 0 hour.
So is there a boat chase?
Well, I have to add it to the script somehow. I don't know how I'm going to add a boat chase into this Pool Party Massacre.
Yeah, they'll hold you to it, man.
They'll hold you to it because Paul did something kind of similar.
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear his thing that he promised?
No.
We're going to hold him to it too.
Oh wait, I did. Yes, I did hear all about it.
Yeah, they wouldn't let up. The whole cast is like, when are you going to wear that dress, Paul?
Yep.
I was like, like if we reach like 5,000, I'll wear a dress with the bridesmaids and stuff, and all weekend long, 3 days. Where's that dress, man? You look good in green. I'm making a sleeveless number. What do you? I'm like, well, relax, okay. Like, it's
still gonna happen.
Okay?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to get held to it because there were enough people that were involved, but also
radio control.
That's what
Everybody's chiming in.
You could angle it with a remote controlled boat in the water, and we're chasing the chick or something, and movie magic, you could make it.
Yeah.
Look like
Oh, believe me, I have a huge list of all the options. As going as far down this list as like a sushi boat is technically called a boat, so maybe that's it, or
remote
there's
control boat,
remote control boats, or does the killer walk into a house and on the TV there's a boat chase that we shot actually at a lake and really shoot a real boat chase and have it be like we go live to a boat chase at Lake Mead. I've got so many options.
Well, no, see, I think he's onto something with the sushi boat because then you can chase it with sake.
Oh,
sake it to me, baby.
Right. Especially if we can get a sponsor.
Don't you have a shark?
A shark?
Don't you have a shark?
Yeah,
No.
You got a shark. I got this.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Don't you have this?
I have this. You got a 12-foot shark.
Envy of your shark.
No, I don't have that shark. I just posted it. I don't own the 12-foot 4-foot shark. I didn't buy a $4,000 fake shark.
I tried to get a big shark because of you.
Because you had one.
No, I don't. I do have a full size
walking around
stuffed leopard
sharks.
though. I wish I would have brought the leopard up and put it behind me. Then you guys could have seen that. When I bought this house, the previous owner had a tiger and a leopard as pets. And when the leopard passed away, she had it stuffed and mounted, and they left it here. So it's now mine.
What?
So yeah, it's it's a really interesting place. I'm sure through my social media, people will start to learn more about this weird house that I bought. But yes, the previous owner, there's a full zoo enclosure built in underneath, directly under where I'm sitting. There's a tiger cage and a leopard cage built into the house that are now a jail / dungeon set.
Oh my gosh, I want to stay with you for a while.
Yeah, it's super cool.
All right, if nobody else is going to acknowledge Brett Wagner, I will. Brett Wagner, watch some
I pointed. That's awesome.
Dude, that's where the inspiration for, if we cut to a real boat chase scene, it would be James Bond style. And I have a lot of friends with boats, so that's why I want to do it. But unfortunately, right now, we're not allowed to film at Lake Mead. It's like federal parks. There's a whole restriction. So we'll see. Maybe
you hit 25K, promised a boat chase, and now that's going to take half of that budget.
Yeah, especially if we use real boats. That's why there's options like RC boat chasing I don't know. Like I said, there's so many ideas that I've written, and luckily for me, I've already set a precedence for my projects to be stupid. Not in a self-deprecating way, even, but they're just silly. That's just my personality. And I embrace that. And I wanted to set that up from the beginning so that I can do something it could be almost anything. It could be a remote control boat. And if there's someone that actually didn't accidentally watch the movie and knows me, it won't surprise them if it's a sushi boat, or if the killer duct tapes a knife on an RC boat and starts driving it out into the pool after someone, or whatever. All of these options that I have written down, none of them would surprise people, and that's what I love. So
I pictured that too. I pictured a knife duct taped to a boat.
Yeah,
right.
that's definitely at the top of the list right now. So and I should
goat chase.
Yeah, goat chase. I should probably a friend of mine in Long Beach, California, David, is the one that actually pushed us over the edge, making sure that I got the boat chase happened. So I should probably let him pick, since it's his fault that there has to be a boat chase anyways. Yeah. Or at least the boat chase scene should kill him.
Right.
But those are all things I gotta work out. Along with everything else.
Maybe Jim Wynorski and just get stock footage of a boat chase. And just shoot inserts of a guy on the boat like he's driving it, but it's clearly not.
Yeah, and that's
and it explodes for some reason.
Something I thought about too.
Just explodes.
And then when the boat gets to the edge, we just cut to the trauma car flip for no reason.
Yes.
That's so awesome. So many ways to go with it.
So it'll be a surprise. Maybe I won't spoil how we do the boat chase. Maybe I'll do it on a very closed set so no one but me knows.
Or you do two or three of the actors when it really goes in the film.
That's true.
Say again, Sam? Say again?
I said, or you do 2 or 3 different ones and none of the actors know which one's actually going to go in the film.
Yeah, like how Marvel does it.
Yeah.
I actually, if you're going to hold auditions for that scene, I would like to audition for it.
For the boat chase scene? Well, before you audition for that scene, you might want to hear about some of the other scenes. Maybe you want to be part of the swingers orgy scene.
Wow.
I don't know. That one could be very interesting.
He's getting all buffed up.
Yeah.
Boat going to be there?
Boat sounds more exciting, but
Yeah. There's also
a boat going to be there in that scene?
I don't know if the boat will make it into the dungeon.
I was like,
but maybe.
So is the boat going to be?
What's that? Then there's also a virtual reality party.
Who's playing the boat?
Yeah, can you play the boat like a boat suit?
Yeah.
Wait, is there a
the boat?
Is there a wrestler named Tugboat?
Yeah, I thought there was in the
I feel
80s.
like I gotta find somebody whose name is Boat.
Boat chase. He just chased Boat. Just chased him.
That could work too. See?
Paul's got a great poker face, man. He's just like
I'm already part of the scene.
I'm
Tyler's thinking
we're spitballing here, guys. That's
Right.
we're riffing. That's
Yeah. This is how great movies are made.
this is it.
you can't.
I don't know. I feel connected to the boat scene.
Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Yes.
Yeah. For the swinger bondage scene.
Joe wants to be in the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
I've designed my own pasties.
Yeah, you're from Florida.
Oh,
Joe secretly watches.
This is getting weird.
yeah, it is. It's awesome.
You can't script it.
Hey.
Just write yourself.
Now, wait a minute. For Drew to say, for him to say this is getting weird, that's saying something here.
I think we all need to reevaluate our lives.
Yeah.
Where did we go wrong, Andy?
What happened in the show? It just went in all sorts of directions. Sorry about
It's
that.
only 11:16. I can still make it to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going with.
Y'all have to know if I'm involved somehow. It's going wrong.
That's true.
Well, look, one of the only perks that didn't get purchased on my Indiegogo was to be in the swinger bondage scene. So for some reason that just didn't. I thought that would be the first thing to go, but for some reason I think people are intimidated by it.
Just probably a little bit, Drew.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
be on a set with cameras and nobody really knows what kind of bondage. Like, I'm an actor. I understand that, you know, when you see something in a script and it's kind of vague, you're like, what am I get into?
And it's Vegas, so
I'm smart enough to say boat scene.
And Tyler's a method actor, so
yeah.
It's got to be real shit, man.
He's going to be living in that gimp suit for months before he's on set.
Matter of fact,
stay in your tiger cage.
I know the Gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, he lives just about 20 miles away from me.
What's he doing now?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe the two of you can be on the boat together.
Oh, he would love that. He's actually a really funny guy. He used to be married. He wrote for a lot of Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. He wrote for SNL. He was married to Julia Sweeney from SNL.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody knows that. He was the Gimp in Pulp Fiction, but he's a comedian. He's improv actor, all that stuff. He's a
She
great
was in
guy.
the movie too. She was in Pulp Fiction as well.
Yeah, she had a little cameo in Pulp Fiction.
Very end.
Wow.
Who did?
Julie Sweeney.
Julia Sweeney.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's cool.
That is cool. I didn't know that.
I always wondered about the Gimp. I just never looked into it.
Good stuff.
I just want to drive a boat. It's not a
We
boat.
found Brian's niche.
I can't believe Brian stayed awake for the whole thing. He's like 86 years
No,
old.
that's
That's
awesome.
He's in
crazy.
Texas. He
see
frozen
Brian.
out. We don't work tomorrow because of the freeze.
Oh, he's yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's a holiday.
I got
Yeah, Texas shut down, Drew, because
Yeah, it's all shut down.
I got to go to work. You're not listening
it
to
snowed a little bit, so Texas just shuts down. They don't do anything.
Now we hit below freezing level.
Yeah, we're
It's
frozen.
like
What?
I think
It got below freezing, like 31, 30 degrees.
now I think
Yeah.
it's 20 something right now with the wind shield. It's or wind factor or whatever. It's like 17, and then tomorrow night it's supposed to get down in the single digits.
Yeah,
It's
Wow.
insane.
I'm not used to that stuff
We're not
here.
supposed to have this in Houston.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I feel so.
Over
My
here, I had to wear a
my
hoodie.
heart goes out to you.
I'm sure it does.
Thank you, Drew.
They had snow a couple weekends ago, right? Or like 2 or 3 weekends ago, y'all had a
In Vegas?
No, I thought Nevada and
Yeah.
Arkansas. Y'all were all
You had
getting-
snow in Vegas?
Yeah, we get snow. Not every year, but every couple of years there'll be a day or two where we actually get snow.
Wow.
And the whole and much like Houston,
Freaks out. Everybody
people
freaks out.
freak out and people don't know how to drive and there's cars stuck on the sidewalk and shit.
That's right.
It's the tires. It's the tires because it's so today it was -1 here. but everybody has snow tires. Everybody has all-wheel drive.
Everybody has a Subaru Outback.
Yeah. We're throwing salt all over the roads. You know, not people, but I mean,
85 degrees here today.
Nice.
Wait, what was it today?
85.
God, how's that possible?
How are y'all not getting any of this? It's like
We're going to have a cool front next week. The low's going to be, I think, 69.
Oh God,
69, dude.
rough light.
Wow. All right.
I'm not a fan of Colorado.
And this is why we live in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived there. I lived in Hawaii before Colorado, so it was similar.
Yeah, right.
Except a gallon of milk here doesn't cost $25.
That's true.
Yeah, but in Hawaii, you don't have to like step over 3 naked dudes passed out on the ground to get your gallon of milk.
That's true.
I don't know where you were in Florida, brother, but we're not there.
Tampa Bay screams.
Tampa Bay screams.
I'm on the east coast of Florida. I'm 4 hours away.
Oh, okay. Well, you're safe. You're safe. Then.
But thank you for playing.
Joe, look at Brian Clegg's comment to you.
F you, Joe. F you. 85.
It is wicked cold here and you know, we don't buy heavy coats. We just don't buy that kind of stuff because you get to wear it maybe one day a year. And by the time you go to wear it the next year, it's rotted because you just.
That's why we didn't buy the Pool Party
it.
Massacre hoodie, Drew. We just don't.
Or the Letterman's, the Pool Party Massacre Letterman's
We
jacket.
just don't need it right here, you know.
We just don't wear heavy coat stuff, and so we're not prepared for this.
Jeez.
This is
You gotta go
stupid.
80
You
style.
guys
You know,
are bed tomorrow.
cut the sleeves off and like crop it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a little sweaty actually.
It gets cold. Angie in Modesto, it gets cold up there. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like you guys, but
Not really.
no.
No, I mean we never see snow. I mean,
Yeah.
that's for
No,
sure.
but doesn't it get below freezing sometimes?
Rarely.
Rarely.
But it gets pretty like
You have all the air coming off the Pacific Ocean, so
Yeah, we're in the valley, so we're kind of like in a little dip, so it stays pretty warm where we're at.
yeah.
okay.
It's mostly known for being hot. Yeah.
What's the slogan for Modesto again?
Meth, death, and auto theft.
Yeah, there it is.
It's not the official slogan, but
Oh, that's not the official one.
it's not
Sorry.
the one that's above the sign. when you
Unofficial,
enter.
unofficial slogan.
Yeah, water, wealth, contentment, health. But
Meth, death, and auto theft.
yeah, and also the birthplace of George Lucas.
Yes,
Yeah.
But mostly meth.
but most meth
Yeah, and auto theft.
and death and auto theft.
And we're number one for auto theft, but we got knocked down.
Okay, but George Lucas, that explains a lot with episode 1 then.
Jar Jar Binks, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we ain't claiming that.
Uh,
He was gone. He was gone from Modesto when that came
Oh
out.
my goodness.
yeah, even far removed.
But all right, well, we have Joe's graciously allowed us to go over on our time a little bit.
Awesome.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes. I think he gave us extra time because I got a little out of hand with the beard talk. I'm sorry.
It's such a
It's
You
okay.
didn't get out of hand with the beer talk. We were all talking about it.
I
Yeah.
know, but I was going to take the blame for it. But
I'll punish her later.
oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Jesus. That is Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day. I was just going to say that.
I love Drew's response.
And when I grow up, I want a beard like Drew.
That's
Me
right.
too.
Me too.
It's hot. I love it.
Don't know how that will work with like 90-degree weather and 100% humidity down here, but hey.
You don't worry about that part.
Drew, I'm shipping him to you. All yours for a while. Beard orgy.
Beard orgy.
Yeah, Mo. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank y'all for coming, and we look forward to getting the movie. And then once we've all had a chance to watch it, and if y'all want your copy, you know where to go.
Go see
hit
Paul.
hit up Paul. He'll give you
All
his,
Ragsdale.
give you his
This guy.
PayPal, pay him, and he'll get that out to you, and then we can talk about it.
That's right.
Yeah, you know,
love to,
Paul,
love to.
Angie, and Drew, I know the Wagners mentioned having you guys back on, but if you guys want to do like a complete panel right before you release the DVD or wherever, please, by all means.
Yeah.
we'd
This is
love
really
to.
fun. Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure they could get some other cast members to come on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Definitely.
Some of them really like attention.
Some of them named Andrew.
Maybe that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. Let's call him A. Brown.
Yeah,
Andrew B. Let's call him.
there you go.
that's awesome.
All names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Can't tell who that is.
So I want to thank y'all personally. We will see you again, and thank you. I can't.
Yeah.
It's been so
No,
much
thank you
fun.
guys. Yeah.
All right, we're going to do it one more time so
Yeah.
Sam doesn't get awkward. Paul, Angie, I say that with love just because it's fun to do. Paul, Angie, social links that people can find you, or what can they do to get the DVD again, please?
Oh yeah, you can hit me up on Facebook, Paul Ragsdale. I'm also on Instagram, A_P_films. Just give me a DM. We're taking payments through PayPal, and I'll get you a signed Blu-ray of Slash Select Party.
Sweet. And Drew, what about you?
Oh, you want my address?
Yes.
Well, obviously, have you seen your beard?
Security.
No, I'm easy to find. Just at Drew Marvick on Instagram and Facebook, and I have a Twitter that I don't use, so you can go post weird shit on there if you want. But yeah, maybe soon I'll have a reality show about me in this weird house and my stuffed leopard.
On Disney.
Yeah, on Disney. But for now, yeah, you can find me on social media and learn how dumb I am.
You're not.
That is
Not dumb.
I
awesome.
welcome
You
you.
make me laugh every day on the socials.
I try to just keep people entertained. That's
You
what
will.
that's what I try to do.
You do.
Yes,
All right, guys, we're going to say goodnight to you. Please stick around for a few moments in the green room if you don't mind while they wrap it up. And again, well, Sam, Lance, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys close.
You're doing a good
Perfect.
job. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. We look forward to seeing you guys again, and stick around in the green room. We'll chat soon.
All right. See you
Thanks,
guys
Thank you,
later.
guys.
Good night.
Good night. Let me switch this around. I'm not supposed to be in the first chair. I don't like that. Okay.
It's where you're always at.
No, no. At the beginning I tried to keep you guys. Well, no. Yeah, it is what it is. It's 11:30 on a work night. What the hell do you want from me on Valentine's Day? I'm spending it with you and not my wife.
This is
going
a
late.
long show. And then also want to remind everybody, but next in 2 weeks, we have another great show with a good friend of mine, J.M. Logan, who was the guy that got me. He didn't get me the audition, but he's the one that connected me with Texas Chainsaw. And he has had a career. Like, this guy has had an amazing career in the film industry. He lives in Los Angeles. He just produced and directed, produced a short called The Relic that is winning awards all over festivals all over the country right now. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have J.M. Logan on the show. So please join us for that. It's going to be exciting. And he and I, we go way, way back. So it's probably going to be another hour and a half show, Joe. Sorry.
All right, so we're starting at 7:00.
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll start early.
Yeah. I'm kidding, of course.
He's actually playing this D&D game for us. That's awesome. He does it every Sunday.
sorry.
He's going to delay the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh,
You said he has a D&D game?
D&D.
Yeah, you broke up on part of that.
Oh, he has a D&D. I assume it's Dungeons and Dragons. I don't play, but he said that he has this game that's every Sunday, but he's going to delay that for us.
to be with us. I got you.
For us. So, yeah,
Cool.
I'm excited about this.
Yes, we'll be at the gas station next weekend.
You guys are going to be at the gas station next weekend.
Yes.
That's
We'll be there
the
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
that's the free one, right?
Yes.
It's the free
event.
2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m.
CJ Graham will be there. The Jason Voorhees from Part 6, Brian, I believe.
Are you doing a show?
We can go live if I don't really can because I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's an outdoor event.
It's supposed to be clear. It's supposed to be cleared by then, and I think we're going to be in the high 50s, low 60s. So it won't be freezing by then.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we'll probably go live a little bit and
Just say hello.
obviously take pictures, that kind of stuff. We're looking forward to it. Hadn't seen Roy and Lisa since maybe a month,
2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Oh, a whole 2 months ago.
A long
Got
time.
the podcast will be
miss
there.
them.
There'll be a lot
I
of
miss
people
them
there.
terribly.
Right, Joe? Joe and I were both like, whoa, 2 months?
Hey, Brian Clegg will be there. Brian Clegg artwork will be there. That's gonna be it's
And
gonna be a
he
great
made an
event
original that he's going to have there. That's only there. You can only get it there.
at the gas station where the original Texas
Brian's
Chainsaw
having
Massacre.
original?
Well,
Yes.
he does all original. Oh my gosh, I never say it right. All his work's original, but he has one that he made for
That event,
weekend,
for that event.
For that event,
That-
okay.
All right, just keep in mind you got people in the green room right now.
Oh, Country
Okay.
Club people will be there too. Cool. They know what I'm talking about. Shane Bradford and crew. That's right.
All right.
They'll be there.
So
people
yeah,
say-
y'all will see us sometime on Facebook next
Happy
week.
Valentine's Day. Kiss me.
You saw it here, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm kidding. Tyler, you didn't have anything else going on, brother?
I'm going to Texas next month on the 19th to go film my scenes for Butcher's Bluff.
Yay!
Have you seen that
Yep.
new poster out?
Yeah, it's great.
That's
It looks
a
really
great
good.
poster.
Like, yeah, I'm impressed by this. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go film that next month. And then I am, I'm just going to start putting myself out there. And hopefully I'm going to be in a lot more movies over the next few years.
Yes.
Sweet.
My life is-
All right, do your
Tyler for
smoochy
hire.
smoochy thing. Tyler for hire. That could be a show.
Tyler for Hire. Yeah, let's do that show.
Yes.
We love you guys.
We'll see you next weekend, Alyssa. Bye, guys.
See ya.